Welcome back to English 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Intermediate. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to class number 126. Kyle here, one more time, with a little review of Friday's material back in class number 125. We were putting some numbers into context in the last class. We were practicing with numbers, but instead of a dictation, I was giving you some sentences, and you were putting them into context. So let's review that a little bit. I'm going to give you some sentences, and then I'm going to ask you questions based on your comprehension of what I said. Okay? So, my father rides his bicycle 32 kilometers every morning. Now, how far does my father ride every morning on his bicycle? He rides his bicycle 32 kilometers every morning. Correct, okay. If you said 32, then right, good answer. Give yourself a pat on the back. We spent $142 on gasoline during our road trip. How much money did we spend on gasoline during our road trip? We spent $142 on gasoline during our road trip. I bought more than $120 worth of CDs in 1999. How much money did I spend on CDs in 1999? You spent over $120 on CDs. So I said I spent $120 worth. Well, I bought more than $120 worth of CDs in 1999. So that means the CDs, the total value exceeded $120. I bought more than $120 worth of CDs. This structure for quantifying things with the price, we very often use when we buy in bulk, which is in mass quantities. If you go to those stores that sell frutos secos, right? Nuts and chips and things like that, candy. You can say, give me €2 worth of candy, this particular type of candy, or of peanuts, for example. Cacahuetes, peanuts. Give me €2 worth of peanuts, and then they'll calculate with a scale, they'll weigh it out, and I don't know how many grams it will be. It depends on the price per unit, per gram or per kilogram. But they'll weigh it out, and you'll get an amount. You say, so instead of saying give me 300 grams, you say I only have €2, so give me €2 worth of peanuts. So here I bought more than $120 worth of CDs in 1999. So how much money? Or how much money did you spend on CDs, Kyle? Well, I spent over $120 because I got over $120 worth of CDs in 1999. We used 36 eggs to make the giant omelet for my brother's party. How many eggs did we use to make the giant omelet? 36. Kyle, you used 36 eggs to make the giant omelet. Yeah. My brother ate 12 hot dogs at the barbecue last weekend. How many hot dogs did my brother eat? Oh, he ate 12. He ate 12 hot dogs. Now, I record 3 20-minute radio shows every day. One for beginner, one for intermediate, and one for advanced. So how many 20-minute radio shows do I record every day? How many? 3. That's right. I record 3. Kyle, you record 3 every day. That's right. Now, each show contains 3 parts. How many parts does each show contain, Kyle? Well, it contains 3. What did I say? You said it contains 3 parts. That's right. So each segment is 20 minutes, but within that I have the review of yesterday's material, the first point and the second point. Actually more, because we do the vocabulary of the day and the word of the day So that's a lot of little parts. But let's say 3 main parts. Now, the course lasts 195 days. Okay, so if we consider, well, how many days does the course last? What did I say? Oh, you said it lasts, en casa, at home, how many? 195 days, right. So now, 3 20-minute radio shows every day. Now, each show contains 3 parts, right? Part 1, which is a review, Part 2, which is some grammar point, and Part 3, which is another grammar point. And now, the course lasts 195 days. So, 3 shows times 3 parts equals 9, times 195 days equals 1,755 lessons. Wow. How many lessons? So I have to prepare to complete this radio show, all these lessons, different points. How many? How many do I have to prepare? Kyle, you have to prepare 1,755 lessons. Holy cow, we say. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of work. And it is. 1,755 different lessons, different grammar points. Oh my goodness. So if you listen to all of this, that's a lot of material. Imagine how much you're going to learn if you pay close attention to all those 1,755 different lessons. Incredible. Wow. Well, it's time to move on to the next part of our review, which is our translation list. Translation. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our translation list. We saw it yesterday, and we're going to look at it again. The translation list number 41. En voz alta en casa, siempre en voz alta. Number 1, dile que espere mi decisión. Tell him to wait for my decision. Tell him to wait for my decision. Number 2. Les conté tu versión de la historia. I told them your version of the story. I told them your version of the story. Number 3. Alguien va a tener que llamarle. Someone's going to have to call him. Yeah, someone's going to have to call him. Number 4. ¿Me puedes sumar estas cifras? Can you add up these figures for me? Can you add up these figures for me? Number 5. ¿Quién tuvo la genial idea? Who had the great idea? Who had the great idea? Number 6. No me mires a mí. Don't look at me. No me mires a mí. Don't look at me. Number 7. No fue culpa mía. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. Number 8. Nos costará una fortuna. It will cost us a fortune. Number 9. Los papeles estaban por aquí esta mañana. The papers were around here this morning. Number 10. Nada de lo que él dice es cierto. Nothing he says is true. Nothing. Nothing he says is true. Number 11. He intentado todo. I've tried everything. I've tried everything. Number 12. Haré lo que sea. I'll do anything. I'll do anything. Lo que sea. I'll do anything. Yeah. I'll do anything to learn English. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. All right. Okay, let's move on now. We've got to move into the new material for class number 126. But first, our word of the day. Word of the day. Oh, yes, we have a verb today. Aplastar. Like a can of Coca-Cola when it's empty. A cola can, I should say. We can crush it. To crush. To crush. Yeah. The verb to crush. Every day I crush. Yesterday I crushed. Lately I have crushed. And there's a trick to crushing cans. I remember crushing cans when I was young. And I used to take it and bend it into a certain kind of a cube. Well, make the corners a little bit square, and then twist it a little bit. Start to rotate it. And then if you crush it, if you press on the top and the bottom, you press and rotate at the same time, you can crush the can, right? Into a very small, you can crush it down to be very, very small. So, crush. Now, this is not the same as crash, que es chocar contra algo. To crash with an A, C-R-A-S-H, crash. I crashed the car. I crashed the car. And when I crashed the car, I crushed. C-R-U-S-H. I crushed the door, for example. I crushed the door of the car. I crashed the car with the accident. Well, I had a car accident. I crashed into a tree, and I crushed, well, crush, but crushed the door. Okay, crash with an A, chocar contra algo, to crash, and to crush, C-R-U-S-H. Okay, I crashed the car, and I crushed the door. I crushed the Coca-Cola can in my hands, for example. All right. The next thing we see here is the verb to choose. Yeah, to choose. I'm glad that you chose to study in this course. I'm glad that you chose to improve your English. Elegir, to choose. Does your wife always choose your clothes? No, my wife doesn't always choose my clothes. Do you ever choose Pepsi over Coke? Personally, I do. I often choose Pepsi over Coke, if I can find it. Would you choose a pink tie over a green one? If you're a man out there, would you choose a pink tie over a green one? Personally, not me. I like green. I don't really like pink. I would always choose a green tie over a pink one. Yeah. To choose. Yeah, every day I choose. Yesterday I chose. Lately I have chosen. Right? Okay. Did you choose to listen to this show, or were you forced to listen to it? Did you choose to listen, or were you forced? You chose? You chose to listen? Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad that it was your choice. I'm glad that you weren't forced, obligated, forced to do it. I'm glad that nobody made you do it. I'm glad that you're listening because you want to be listening. Okay? That's important. You learn much more when you want to learn, right? I've had students over the years. I've had students who come to class because their boss tells them. And I don't like that. You know, I always want to have students who want to be there. And when the student wants to learn, they learn. They really do. It's up to you to want. You have to choose to learn. It has to be your choice. You know, if you genuinely choose to learn, then you're also accepting the effort that it will take. You say, yes, I want to do it, and I am willing to be dispuesto a, to be willing to do what it takes. Then yes, you will learn. Okay? Have you chosen to eat fish in a restaurant lately? Usually when I go to a restaurant, I choose. I choose to eat fish. I do, because I don't cook fish at home very often. So when I go to a restaurant, I often choose fish. Yeah. Now, why did you choose to study English? Kyle, I chose to study English because it's such an important language. I need it for my job. I want to be able to travel and enjoy the world in English. Oh, good idea. So to choose, every day I choose, yesterday I chose, lately I have chosen. Okay, the pronunciation there is very important. Let's move on and take a look at our vocabulary of the day. Vocabulary of the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our vocabulary of the day. That's right, our 5 words of vocabulary. Salvaje is the first word, which is wild. Salvaje. Wild. Equipaje. Luggage. When I travel, I try not to bring too much luggage. Pobreza. Pobreza is poverty. Billete de vuelta. Return ticket. Billete de vuelta. And then we have ida y vuelta, viaje, ida y vuelta, round trip ticket. But de vuelta, return ticket. Suministro. Supply. So we have the verb to supply. We will supply them with whatever they need. We will supply them with water. And then our water supply is running out. It's becoming depleted. To run out of. Quedarse sin algo, to run out. Our water supply is running out. We need a new supply. We need someone to supply us with more. So supply is the final word. I thought we might run out of time. Might is the last thing. Puede que, might. I might have time. I thought I might have time, but no, I don't have time to talk about might. Take a look at this in your student guide, and I promise you that tomorrow I will talk about the word might. We'll talk about might and may. Okay? So, puede que. A lo mejor. Might. We'll talk about this tomorrow. We're completely out of time. I'm going to take a break, and I'll be back in just a few minutes with the advanced portion of the class. See you soon. Bye-bye.